It gives me great pleasure this evening to introduce our student speaker for this evening, Carlos Dominguez. Carlos comes to us from Caracas, Venezuela. In addition to his game art and design degree, which he will receive today, Carlos holds a degree in electrical engineering from the University of San Diego. And before attending the Art Institute, Carlos has had the opportunity to work on projects for companies such as Qualcomm, Oracle, and Boeing. Since then, Carlos has transitioned from the world of engineering to the stimulating world of video games as an associate technical artist for High Moon Studios in Carlsbad. Welcome, Carlos.
Thank you very much, Liz. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, faculty, administrators, family and friends, and fellow graduates, bienvenidos a todos. Before I begin, let me paint you a little picture, tell you a little bit about my background. Like Liz said, I have a degree in electrical engineering. I have a minor in mathematics. And as you may tell from my accent, English is my second language. What I'm about to share is based on an email that I wrote to some of the people that inspired me throughout my AI journey. It's about passion, finding what drives you, and pretty much having fun. Liz said it pretty well herself. The story begins with my best friend, my wife, who encouraged me to make a major career change. She introduced me to Christian Rapid, who back then was the academic director for the Game Art and Design program. He was very passionate about the industry, and he taught me a lot. His encouragement and support helped me get through the program. There's one thing that stood out of our many talks. Remember him mentioning that back then, at the Game Art program, nobody had been able to be working full-time and actually graduate. So obviously, I made that my personal goal. The object of the game was to prove him wrong. So, first day of class, I walk into my first classroom, and I see a girl with hot pink hair. What am I thinking? This is one of my classmates. As some of you may know, she was actually one of our teachers. Bear with me here, I'm an engineer. All I know is old professors with glasses and monotone voices. She stood out there and talked about so much passion about the industry and gaming, and how you can pretty much turn anything into a game. Pretty soon she became another one of my mentors. Then the weeks, quarters, and years went on, and my pool of mentors kept growing. If I may compare this to a game, they became like an army for me. They were my war party. It was tough, but I kept drawing my powers from their inspiration and their passion for this crazy industry that I was getting myself into. 2 years into the program, school was great, but my work wasn't as inspiring, my engineering job. Back then, a teacher invited me to an event at High Moon Studios. I had never heard of the company, but with the power of the internet, I dug it up and I found out what games they made. And kind of figure out if there were any opportunities for me there. I found out that they made Dark Watch, that was the latest title. So I called up a friend, borrowed Dark Watch, played it for a couple of minutes. Okay, fine. It's more like over 10 hours. But I needed to make sure I knew what kind of games they were making, right? So, with this knowledge, I went out there to the event. I was introduced to their senior technical artist. Back then, just like some of you may be right now, I had no idea what that meant, technical artist. But after talking with him and talking about the company, I realized that that wasn't too far off from what I was currently doing on my job. So, spoke through the night, it was time to go, and he mentioned, hey, whenever you're ready, I would love to get your resume. It took me 5 minutes to get ready. Time to walk to my car, get my resume, and hand it over to him. After that, the connection was made. They saw potential in me, and I had found my dream job. Next day, with the help of Career Services, sent out a follow-up email, and then, a month later, I had a job offer. There have been many people throughout my 3 years at AI who've helped me and supported me. It's been faculty, friends, family, and students who've actually inspired me with your teachings, your dedication, your character, and your support. And for this, I'm forever grateful. I wrote this email sitting down at my desk at Heimel Studios on a Friday afternoon after playing a game of Ultimate Frisbee at lunch, after a very long but awesome week, working out the perfect job and having a blast, surrounded by professionals like you who are out there doing what they love and with passion. Some of you may think, well, this may not relate too much for me, but you'd be surprised. My story is not too far from yours. Today we all have something in common, and that is we have a sense of achievement. We're all graduating today. We all have a passion for creation. Whether you want to design the perfect sticky website, or you want to brainstorm the next Super Bowl commercial, or maybe you want to brand the next hot consumer product. You want to create and express the mood of a character through a flawless animation. Maybe you want to tell a story through an environment and dress it with your textures and props. You want to turn an open space that's cold and empty and make it to the next hot club in town. Maybe you want to make a mix of flavors that just melts in your palate. Do it with passion, like Liz said. Use this passion to find what drives you, and your life will be fulfilled, and you'll be okay. Just remember, the best is yet to come. And so with this, I'll sign off. As Carlos Dominguez, an associate technical artist at Heimel Studios, who defied odds by graduating today while working full-time and going to school full-time, and I graduated today with a 4.0.